I think university is a time where you find yourself. This is the time where I've truly learnt my potential and what I'm capable of.
We had 24 students from the University of Newcastle come along to Borneo. We spent 3 days in the Borneo jungle and we looked at orangutans in their habitat. It was amazing.
The skills that I've gained over those years and even watched and reflected on how much I've learnt, it amazes me.
I'm the first one in my family to graduate. My dad always said to me, he said, only brain can make a man. That means only knowledge can make a man. And I always had, the voice of my dad in the back of my head, saying that I could do it. Graduation was a major achievement in my life.
I started the university as an able-bodied kid, and then I had an accident after my second year. So that dream as a young kid from a disadvantaged background of throwing that cap and gown into it almost puts a tear in my eye of having that sense of achievement.
I was doing some volunteer work. One of the volunteer boss said to me that if you really like helping people, why don't you become a nurse? I want graduates to be bold, be courageous, and be your best.
I think it is very important to focus on your purpose because there will be a lot of issues, a lot of challenges facing ahead, and being able to overcome each time, I think it's what's important.
It's a wonderful feeling to be an alumni. You have this connection with other alumni, other students who have graduated.
Not just national, but also it's global scale.
Having a community behind you is probably the greatest thing you can have, apart from your family and friends, because really it's just a bigger version of them.
A family that is now around the world.
We've all come together as one, and we're all going to be lifelong friends.
I just enjoy the moment.
Words can't describe it.
It lasts a few seconds, but you really will remember it forever.
The world is your oyster. You really don't know what it's going to be tomorrow. You don't know what it's going to be the next day, but take every single opportunity that comes your way.
Congratulations, graduates.
Congratulations, graduates.
Congratulations, graduates.
Welcome to our global alumni community.
Welcome graduates and guests to this very special occasion. To comply with safety regulations, I'd like to point out the emergency exits in the Great Hall. Please note your nearest green emergency exit sign to locate your closest exit. As a courtesy to everyone in the room, we ask that you switch your mobile phone to silent. We acknowledge this is a long-awaited occasion. COVID-19 has likely further extended your wait. The situation has also required us to make modifications to the ceremony. Graduates, under this different ceremony format, we ask that you rise from your seat when your name is called and remain standing in front of your chair facing forward while your qualification title is announced. Please feel free to remove your mask at this time. You will then acknowledge your achievement by doffing, that is, tipping your cap towards the Chancellor. You can then retake your seat as the audience applauds. Your guests should remain seated. At the conclusion of today's ceremony, we will instruct each graduate and your guests when it is time to leave your seats. You will be exiting in turn using the front and rear doors, and a photograph will be taken of you and your guests. An electronic copy of this photograph will be available to all graduates to access and share. Graduates, in May, you will be sent an invitation to complete the Graduate Outcomes Survey. This gathers feedback on your higher education experience to improve the experience of future students. We strive to provide the best university experience possible for our students, but this cannot be achieved without your valuable feedback. We would appreciate you watching for an email to your university account so that you can assist us with this. Some of the terminology used in today's ceremony may be unfamiliar to you. To assist in your appreciation of the ceremony, we have provided a history of graduation and an explanation of terms in the graduation booklet. The academic procession will enter the Great Hall in a few moments. When the procession enters, could you please rise and remain standing for the singing of the Australian National Anthem. Thank you.
Let us rejoice, for we are one and free. We've golden soil and wealth for toil. Our home is girt by sea. Our land abounds in nature's gifts of beauty, rich and rare. In history's page, let every stage advance Australia fair. In joyful strains then let us sing, advance Australia fair.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this very special graduation ceremony. On behalf of the University of Newcastle, I respectfully acknowledge the traditional custodians, the Pambalong clan of the Awabakal people, on whose traditional land this campus is located, and I pay my respects to elders past, present and emerging. As Chancellor of the University and a graduate myself, I am very honoured to be able to celebrate this major milestone in your academic journey. Each of our university's graduates is unique, and each year through these ceremonies we celebrate their success. This year's graduates are indeed an inspiration. Before me sits a group of people whose determination and resilience is remarkable by any measure. We all know that the past 2 years have been unprecedented. The pandemic has had a profound impact on everyone in this room, and the crisis came right on the heels of a major natural disasters of floods and fires, which themselves had already taken a toll on many of our students. This ceremony acknowledges your drive and determination to succeed. Graduates, you take with you today a degree from one of the finest institutions in the world. Newcastle is acknowledged for delivering excellence in education to some 39,000 students. Our degree programs are designed to prepare you for life and work after you graduate and connect you with your industries, communities, future employment opportunities. Similarly, our research is focused on delivering impact and innovation, with a steady focus on working with partners to support the development of our region. The university's focus on excellence in education and research sits hand in glove with a long-held commitment to equity. We offer the opportunity of education to students from all walks of life who have talent and determination. 1/4 of our students are from low socioeconomic backgrounds, and we have the largest number of Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander students of any Australian university. We are proud of every student, and we are committed to providing the best learning environment and opportunities to help them realise their potential. Today's celebration of the completion of your studies marks another important milestone: your entry into the University of Newcastle's alumni network. And you're in very good company. One example is Anne Flanagan, who completed her Bachelor of Arts in Communication Studies in 2001. She's now the Vice President of PR Communications and Corporate Social Responsibility for Getty Images. Through her work in this field, Anne has helped change the way people are represented in advertising. She's reinvented stock photography to challenge deeply ingrained stereotypes across a range of areas, including perceptions of disability or representation of what beauty looks like, as well as the non-binary people are visually portrayed. Our alumni network is vast. Another alumna is Peter Cockbain, AM. Peter left school when he was 15 and got a lot of practical experience in the workplace before he joined our university as a mature age student at 26. Peter is one of Australia's most highly regarded and influential engineers. He's co-founder of AMP Control, one of Australia's largest privately owned electrical engineering companies, and is a distinguished entrepreneur, innovator and philanthropist. His company started out just down the road in Jasmine. Their shed had a dirt floor in those days, the early days. At the start of the pandemic last year, AMP Control responded to the New South Wales Government's call to arms and in just 18 days designed and developed a fully functional emergency ventilator prototype. What an outstanding contribution. To pivot that company to manufacture emergency medical equipment when the company was usually focused on infrastructure and energy engineering and manufacturing. You are now united with achievers like Anne Flanagan and Peter Cockpain and the people sitting around you as an alumnus of the university. Our network of passionate and talented alumni stretches across the world. It now comprises over 155,000 members in 149 countries. The network and its chapters offer unique opportunities to connect professionally and socially with other alumni. And I really do encourage you to stay in touch. We'd be very grateful if you did. Today is the culmination of many years of hard work, and this ceremony is a symbol of all you've experienced and achieved during your time at the University of Newcastle. This includes an acknowledgement of the support of your family and friends who've been with you every step of the way on your journey to today. To family and friends, we sincerely thank you for the important role you've played in reaching this important milestone. Again, my heartfelt congratulations to each of our graduates. I now call on Vice-Chancellor Professor Alex Zelinsky, AO, to present a candidate for an honorary degree.
Chancellor, but before I begin, I should say congratulations to everyone. It's been a very tough 2 years, as the Chancellor noted, with the COVID and the disruptions. Even this week, and even this ceremony has been disrupted with a number of people not able to attend. But we're glad you're here, you've made it through, and we really need you next year as we come back from this to have health professionals that are actually able to contribute and make a difference, because we'll need you. And I just wanted to remind people, when you do stand up today, don't be afraid to take your mask off, and we want to see your smiling faces and congratulate you again on your achievement. And after graduation, please feel free to stay here at the campus, enjoy this beautiful campus, take some photos, buy some memorabilia, and also you're invited to, we have a lovely restaurant here called Local Connections. Enjoy some lunch there. It's one of our finest restaurants in the area. And just in general to the guests, I hope this is not the last time you come to our university. Everyone is welcome to our university at any time. We are a university of the region for the region, and our university is open to everyone. So this morning, Chancellor, I'd like to, great pleasure to present to you Dr. Kelvin Kong for admission to the degree of Doctor of Medicine Honoris Causa. Dr. Kelvin Kong is a proud Warramai man. He's had an extraordinary career as Australia's first Indigenous surgeon. Today, we're delighted to recognise his outstanding contributions in ear health and education, and particularly his leadership and dedication in improving health outcomes for Indigenous and remote communities across Australia. Dr. Kong graduated with a Bachelor of Medicine and a Bachelor of Surgery from the University of New South Wales in 1999. He was awarded a fellowship with the Royal Australian College of Surgeons in 2007, becoming Australia's first Indigenous surgeon. His passion for paediatric health led him to a paediatric otolaryngology Fellowship at the Royal Children's Hospital, Melbourne. He then joined Hunter Ear, Nose and Throat in late 2008, where he continues to work as a clinician for adult and paediatric ear and airway disorders, cochlear implantations and head and neck cancer management. Dr. Kong regularly visits remote Australian communities to provide ear healthcare and treatments. Throughout his career, he has sought to ensure that Indigenous and non-Indigenous children have access to ear health and education services, regardless of where they live in Australia. In 2011, Dr. Kong joined with medical practitioners to deliver Care for Kids' Ears campaign, which provides communities with resources and information to reduce the risk of ear disease and hearing loss. Alongside his clinical and community contributions, Dr. Kong is an active member of the Royal Australasian College of Surgeons and the Australian Society of Otolaryngology, head and neck surgery, serving as the Indigenous Health and Fellowship Services Committees. He is also on the board of the National Centre of Indigenous Excellence. He holds several academic appointments where he's educating and inspiring the next generation of surgeons and specialists. These roles include Conjoint Associate Professor at the University of Newcastle, Conjoint Associate Professor at the University of New South Wales and Honorary Professor at Macquarie University. Dr. Kong has been a researcher with the Hunter Medical Research Institute. His work focuses on pathophysiology of chronic ear disorder in Australian Indigenous and non-Indigenous sufferers. His research seeks to understand the nature of ear infections and inform new treatments and preventive interventions. His research was celebrated earlier this year when he received the prestigious 2021 Australian Society for Medical Research Medal. Dr. Kong's contributions have also been recognised through many other accolades throughout his career. He was named the Australian Indigenous Doctor of the Year in 2017 by the Australian Indigenous Doctors Association. In 2020, he was awarded the prestigious Menzies Medallion by the Menzies School of Health, a leading Australian medical research institution. He was also named Newcastle's Citizen of the Year in 2020. Today, our University Council is delighted to award this honorary degree in recognition of Dr. Kong's outstanding leadership as Australia's first Indigenous surgeon and his significant contributions into supporting the provision of equitable ear healthcare to communities across our country. Chancellor, I present to you Dr. Kelvin Kong for the admission to the degree of Doctor of Medicine honoris causa.
Thank you. By the authority conferred upon me by the Council, I hereby admit Dr. Kelvin Kong to the degree of Doctor of Medicine honoris causa.
Congratulations, Dr. Kong. I now invite Dr. Kong to provide today's occasional address.
Thank you very much. Chancellor, Vice-Chancellor, members of Council, staff of the University, families and friends of graduates, and most importantly our graduates. Kuchiku, kuchiku. It is my honour to be here on the ancestral grounds of the Awabakal and Worimi people. I wish to acknowledge and pay my respects to Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people and our elders past and present, especially our mother who's watching from above. It has never been more important to acknowledge the traditional caretakers on the land that we are on, and I want to thank the Awabakal people for their involuntary sacrifice which has allowed our region to flourish. I also want to acknowledge Aboriginal people here today. A particular thank you to Nathan Towney and Michelle Kennedy for being here, and any elders present, and especially our deadly graduates. It's so nice to be here face to face and in person. My name is Kelvin Kong. I'm a surgeon. I'm a father of 3 beautiful children. I'm a husband to Kiara. I'm a son, a cousin to many I know, a cousin to many I don't know, uncle, brother, carer and friend. This is all related because I'm a proud Warramai man. And all the roles I fulfil are all of kinship, better known as family. So today, for the occasional address, I want to share with you my learnings from my late mother to hopefully help inspire you in your careers and bring you into my world for a brief period. She always said, and our take-home message today, is be kind and be useful. COVID has been hard for everyone. We've endured restrictions and isolation that we have never seen before. Isolation from family and friends, isolations from loved ones, many who have lost their lives in loneliness. We're unable to celebrate birthdays. We've not been able to enjoy meals out with friends. We've lost jobs. We have lost work. We've seen our economy slow incredibly. Universities have seen significant contraction. For those with young kids, we've realised how hard it is to teach our children. And somehow, all of the graduates here today have managed to finish their degree. Maybe it was because of lack of distraction that you had, but nonetheless incredible. So let me walk you through an example of a difficulty of a young family's life. And it could easily have been a patient of mine, but think about it in COVID times. A single mother, 3 children in tow, isolated from the general community because of the cultural difference, a very contracted social group because she was a single mother working shift work with 3 young children. And when the children were unwell, it was very hard to get health access. And that health access was very difficult for many reasons. Even going to the pharmacy was quite hard, even if you had the money to get the medications. It was hard to get to school, and often encouraged to take time off work to make sure the kids didn't give the other kids flus and colds. Of course, it's important to stay at home, particularly we know that now with COVID restrictions. But it's hard to get time off work because that's rent and food on the table. This was actually the norm for them. And in fact, when this mother was a child, she wasn't even allowed in the community without a permission slip. The person I'm speaking of is my mother when I was growing up, and I had 3 kids with my sisters and I. You see, we've experienced some of the most personal deprivation to help control COVID-19. And never before has it been easy for me to explain to people what the community have experienced and what it's truly like to be restricted in your life and freedoms beyond your control. All of us now are in a very good position to understand the deprivations understood by Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people. Many of us now are starting to get our freedoms back, and we're starting to get our lifestyles back. Remember that many segments of the community don't get a post-COVID period. They're exactly the same as what we've been enduring. And the pandemic, if anything, has really uncovered that disparity and the dichotomy that we live in this society. So we as graduates today are extremely lucky and we're privileged. I'm here before you because my mother instilled similar values into my sisters and I, of resilience, perseverance, empathy, compassion, integrity, respectfulness and confidence. The big lessons from the matriarchal setup in my family was what a respectful relationship looks like, how to treat a human being, and how important family is. And this is represented today by Kiara being here, which makes me so proud. Similarly, it's really nice how the setup is in this room today. Our family, our loved ones around us for graduating is important because this graduation is not just about our graduates. This graduation is about the sacrifices our families made for us to achieve. And it was really endearing to hear my 6-year-old son last week tell his sisters, both who are younger than him, how important Christmas is. Not because of the Christmas tree, the presents, or the things that we're getting, but because for the first time in 2 years, he's going to be able to run amok with his family and his cousins. It is because of this I firmly believe that the foundations of a healthy and thriving community is one of utmost respect for every community member. Communities that do not strive for this are the ones we see with internal conflict. So that we don't see nor live in a combative, divisive community, we must not take our freedoms for granted. It is incumbent on us to appreciate and be grateful for the privilege that we have. And we must look beyond our own comforts to help others. We should not just look at ourselves, and there are many COVID examples of that privilege that we have. How angry people got when we couldn't go to a restaurant. Well, many people don't go to a restaurant. How annoyed we were when we can't travel overseas, when some people haven't been overseas. How frustrated we can be not being able to go to shops and spend money when many have no money. Nothing in my life would have predicted I would be here standing before you to try and give inspiration. I wasn't raised with wealth. I wasn't raised with inside knowledge. We had no social standing, and we had no social influence. And in fact, much was stacked against us. I'm a product of my hard-working family. My grandfather working on the tugs in Newcastle as a deckhand, pushing that inspiration for hard work to my mother as a registered nurse with her 3 children. No one in our family had graduated from university prior to my sisters, so we knew no pathway. But what we did have was kinship, family, love and kindness. You see, my whole community raised me with a lot of hard work and determination, and I'm an example of what is possible with love, kindness and support. I didn't achieve my success. The community mandated my success. Your success is what you make it. You have already succeeded in gaining your prestigious degree today in some of the hardest circumstances. You have control of your future. I encourage you all not to waste the opportunity that we're being given. I expect big things from this cohort, for you have done this in an era that will look back in history and think, how do we get through this? That means you are already resilient. To finish, I hope this explains my mum's learning to be kind and be useful. Be kind. Be kind to your colleagues, be kind to your friends, be kind to your family, and be kind to strangers. Be useful. Pursue your dreams. Use your talents to make the most of the world. But don't forget those behind you. Don't forget those who are less fortunate. With privilege comes responsibility. Responsibility to give back and make the world a better place than what we came into it as. And doing this with kindness. We're counting on you. We need strong, smart people. Congratulations to you all. Murumbu Nekiba.
Congratulations, Dr. Kong, and thank you very much for an insightful and quite inspirational address here today. We salute you on your achievements, and we also salute those people that enabled you along the way to the achievements, the marvellous achievements you've had. What I found interesting in your address was the emphasis you placed on values. It wasn't a question of technical capability or intelligence. It was driven by values. And a recognition that an equitable approach to life and a values-driven life is so powerful. And many of those values, the importance of equity, the importance of determination, are the values of this university. And I think are deeply entrenched in the values of this region, the ability to give everybody a shot and support them on the way. So I found it very inspirational indeed, and I'm sure our graduates today will also have had the same reaction. Again, thank you and congratulations. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we come to a very important aspect of this ceremony, little bit of formality. And for this, I'm going to ask all of our graduates to please stand. Stand up. Thanks. As Chancellor of this university, I now officially confer awards to all those candidates who fulfil the conditions for admission to that award. And I wonder if all of our audience and my colleagues up here would join me in applauding the wonderful achievement of these graduates. Thank you. Please be seated. I now call on Professor Z. Upton, Pro-Vice-Chancellor for the College of Health, Medicine and Wellbeing, to present today's graduates.
Chancellor, I present to you the graduates who have, the candidates who have fulfilled the conditions for admission to awards of this university. Graduates, would you please stand as your name is announced? Doctor of Philosophy graduates have undertaken a program of independent supervised study for the equivalent of up to 4 years of full-time study. These graduates have produced significant and original research outcomes, culminating in a thesis which has been independently examined by external experts of international standing. Today, the university is proud to honour graduates who have satisfied the rigorous criteria for the award of Doctor of Philosophy. Tanmay Bagade, graduating with the Doctor of Philosophy. Dr. Bagade's thesis is entitled Women's Right-Based Approach to Gender Equality for Reducing Maternal and Child Mortality. Dr. Bagade. Aili Bali, graduating with the Doctor of Philosophy. Dr. Bali's thesis is entitled Availability and Quality of Emergency Obstetric Care Among Health Facilities in Ethiopia. Dr. Bali. Adesu Shunu Bayin, graduating with the Doctor of Philosophy. Dr. Bayin's thesis is entitled Gender-Based Violence Among Youths in Eastern Ethiopia. Dr. Bayin. Emmanuel Bakajumbe, graduating with the Doctor of Philosophy. Dr. Bakajumbe's thesis is entitled Olfaction, the Olfaction Stress Test and Cognition in Community Dwelling Elders. Dr. Bakajumbe. Judith Bayer Ruahanga, graduating with the Doctor of Philosophy. Dr. Bayer Ruahanga's thesis is entitled Real-Time Video Counselling for Smoking Cessation in Rural and Remote Areas. Dr. Bayer Ruahanga. Rushali Chimmankar, graduating with the Doctor of Philosophy. Dr. Chimmankar's thesis is entitled Investigating the Genetics of the Development of Lung Cancer. Dr. Chimmankar. Carla Rebecca da Silva Sena, graduating with the Doctor of Philosophy. Dr. da Silva Sena's thesis is entitled Lung Function and its Association with Respiratory Disease in Infants and Preschoolers. Dr. da Silva Sena. Sari Dewey, graduating with the Doctor of Philosophy. Dr. Dewey's thesis is entitled Communication Skills Teaching and Learning in Undergraduate Medical Education, from Classroom to Bedside. Dr. Dewey. Nanayakara Wasam Galgaldo Diaz, graduating with the Doctor of Philosophy. Dr. Diaz's thesis is entitled Pharmacogenetic Factors Influencing Individual Responses to Drugs Used in Rheumatoid Arthritis in a Community Cohort of Older Australians. Dr. Diaz. Philippa Ditton-Fair, graduating with a Doctor of Philosophy. Dr. Ditton-Fair's thesis is entitled Improving Doctor-Patient Communication, Evaluation of a Communication Skills Training Program for Psychiatry. Dr. Ditton-Fair. Marie Elvidge, graduating with the Doctor of Philosophy. Dr. Elvidge's thesis is entitled An Aboriginal Cultural Safety Framework for New South Wales Hospitals. Dr. Elvidge. Yu Chen Feng, graduating with the Doctor of Philosophy. Dr. Feng's thesis is entitled C-MYC Inactivation of P53 through the pan-cancer LNC RNA MILIP drives cancer pathogenesis. Dr. Feng. Sasha Fenton, graduating with the Doctor of Philosophy. Dr. Fenton's thesis is entitled An Exploration of the Relationship Between Sleep, Health and Dietary Intake in Adults and the Implications for Weight Management. Dr. Fenton. Keila Garcia Neto, graduating with the Doctor of Philosophy. Dr. Garcia Neto's thesis is entitled Understanding the Pathogenesis of Steroid-Resistant Exacerbation of Allergic Airways Disease. Dr. Garcia Neto. Bernadette Jones, graduating with the Doctor of Philosophy. Dr. Jones's thesis is entitled Epigenetic Mechanisms Underlying the Development and Progression of Chronic Obstructive Pulmonary Disease. Dr. Jones. Stanislav Kaun, graduating with the Doctor of Philosophy. Dr. Kahn's thesis is entitled Development of Airway Epithelial Targeted Nanoparticles Loaded with TLR7 Agonists for Asthma Therapy. Dr. Kahn. Dylan Kilcheski, graduating with the Doctor of Philosophy. Dr. Kilcheski's thesis is entitled Investigating Post-Transcriptional Mechanisms of Neuronal Translational Control. Dr. Kilcheski. Gurmay Kiros, graduating with the Doctor of Philosophy. Dr. Kiros's thesis is entitled Contextual Determinants of Infant Mortality in Ethiopia. Dr. Kiros. Julia Koszewski, graduating with the Doctor of Philosophy. Dr. Koszewski's thesis is entitled Counteracting Premature Cognitive Decline with Vasoactive Nutrient Supplementation. Dr. Koszewski. Eleonora Leopardi, graduating with the Doctor of Philosophy. Dr. Leopardi's thesis is entitled The Medical School Learning Environment and its Effects on the Students' Choices in Learning, Formal, Informal and Hidden Curriculum in Action. Dr. Leopardi. Tamika Ray McFadden, graduating with the Doctor of Philosophy. Dr. McFadden's thesis is entitled Implementing and Sustaining Alcohol Management Practices in the Sports Setting. Dr. McFadden. Tony McPherson, graduating with the Doctor of Philosophy. Dr. McPherson's thesis is entitled Beyond Structure, an investigation of agency within Aboriginal communities in the case of child removals. Dr. McPherson. Jia Ying Uy, graduating with the Doctor of Philosophy. Dr. Uy's thesis is entitled Investigating Nutrition in Adolescents and Piloting an Intervention to Reduce Adolescent Sugar-Sweetened Beverage Consumption. Dr. Uy. Mamta Parayar, graduating with the Doctor of Philosophy. Dr. Parayar's thesis is entitled Gene Expression, Copy Number Variation and DNA Methylation Associated with Disease Outcome in Triple-Negative Breast Cancer. Dr. Parayar. Stephanie Sanchez Ovando, graduating with the Doctor of Philosophy. Dr. Sanchez Ovando's thesis is entitled Molecular Characterisation of Severe Asthma. Dr. Sanchez Ovando. Abdul Basit Saeed, graduating with a Doctor of Philosophy. Dr. Saeed's thesis is entitled Intimate Partner Violence During Pregnancy in Eastern Ethiopia, Prevalence, Attitudes, Associated Factors and Adverse Outcomes. Dr. Saeed. Joanne Taylor, graduating with a Doctor of Philosophy. Dr. Taylor's thesis is entitled Telephone-Based Supportive Care in Cancer and Other Chronic Disease, Distress Screening and Management. Dr. Taylor. Daniel Ngugus Tolosa, graduating with a Doctor of Philosophy. Dr. Tolosa's thesis is entitled Multiple Health Behaviours in Cancer Survivors. Does a cancer diagnosis provide a teachable moment for health behaviour change? Dr. Tolosa. Levi Wade, graduating with the Doctor of Philosophy. Dr. Wade's thesis is entitled The Acute Effects of Physical Activity on Adolescents' Mental Health and Cognition, an Exploration of Moderators. Dr. Wade. Congratulations to these high degree by research graduates. Chancellor, university medals may be awarded to candidates who have displayed exceptional academic ability. To be considered for this award, a graduate must have a consistent record of exceptional academic achievement at all levels of their degree program and qualify with the highest level of that degree. Today, I'm proud to be recognising such an outstanding scholar from the College of Health, Medicine and Wellbeing. Chancellor, it is a great pleasure that I present to you Joshua Fridgant, graduating with a Bachelor of Medicine with Distinction and the University Medal. Chancellor, that concludes the presentation of graduates at this time.
Thank you, Professor Upton. We'll now enjoy a short musical interlude by Jessie Hodgetts performing an original piece, Yapa Yata Napu, accompanied by Raymond Kelly on the didgeridoo. Jessie is an associate lecturer in Indigenous Studies, and Raymond is an Indigenous Student Recruitment Officer at this university. Thank you both.
Yamagara. I'm Jessie Hodgetts. Pleasure to have Ray Kelly here playing didgeridoo with me. This is one of my original pieces. In a mix of my language, Ngiyamba, and English, and it's about listening, watching, learning, and then walking a path with purpose, and then leading to fulfillment, which is like what you guys have what you've all done. Whoa, 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 whoa. Looking down this path, the oldest path I'll ever see. Never make the end, I'll die within the journey. Have to learn, have to love, have to feel my responsibility. Till it ends and I'll go to the stars, all people be with me. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Looking down this path is just like looking back in time. The past exists with the present and the future in the ancestral line. So I sink my feet and connect with the ones who went before. Have to look, have to listen, have to learn the stories of the Lord. Winning a now, wimena nginayapa yatangarpo winangana wimena nginayapa yatangarpo. So will I choose to walk this path and shed my prior skin? Fill me up with the knowledge of the old so my story can begin. Forget about all the money and the greed and the evils of the man. You can be just happy to be yourself because you can. Winangana wimena nginayapa yatangarpo. 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 Walking down this path, the oldest path I'll ever see. Till it ends, then I'll dance in the stars, old people be with me. Thank you.
Thank you, Jesse and Ray, for a great performance and a wonderful message. I now invite Associate Professor Suzanne Evans, Deputy Head of School in Education, the School of Behavioural Science and Pharmacy, to continue presenting graduates.
Chancellor, I present the graduates of postgraduate coursework. Manish here, graduating with a Master of Clinical Epidemiology with distinction. Samantha McLeod, graduating with a Master of Family Studies. Max Tran, graduating with a Master of Public Health with distinction and a Bachelor of Psychology Honours with Honours Class 1. Savita Chandra, graduating with a Master of Public Health with distinction. Jacili Costa dos Reis, graduating with a Master of Public Health with distinction. Sasha Lorien, graduating with a Master of Public Health with distinction. Marianne Kearney, graduating with a Master of Public Health. Gonchig Sumla Sukbata, graduating with a Master of Public Health. Kimberly Bradshaw, graduating with a Master of Traumatology with distinction. Shivang Desai, graduating with a Master of Traumatology with distinction. Sarah Mohammed Jinnah, graduating with a Master of Traumatology with distinction. John Paul Chong Pen Yong, graduating with a Master of Traumatology. Ivorine Mbisa, graduating with a Master of Traumatology. Olga Zerikova, graduating with a Graduate Certificate in Clinical Epidemiology. Brianna Harris, graduating with a Graduate Certificate in Family Studies. Youssef Salim, graduating with a Graduate Certificate in Health Science. Chancellor, that concludes the presentation of the Postgraduate Awards. I now invite Professor Christine Paul, Head of Research, College of Health, Medicine and Wellbeing, to present the Undergraduate Awards.
Chancellor, I present Isabella Moore, graduating with a Bachelor of Biomedical Science Honours with Honours Class 1. Nathan Paulson, graduating with a Bachelor of Biomedical Science and a Diploma in Languages. Christy Catley, graduating with a Bachelor of Biomedical Science. Brittany McCarthy, graduating with a Bachelor of Biomedical Science. Grace Roberts, graduating with a Bachelor of Biomedical Science. Daniel Standing, graduating with a Bachelor of Biomedical Science. Baal Datal, graduating with a Bachelor of Medical Science Honours with Honours Class 3 and a Bachelor of Medicine. Mei Yan Megan Chow, graduating with a Bachelor of Medical Science and a Doctor of Medicine. David Yan Yuan Ho, graduating with a Bachelor of Medical Science and a Doctor of Medicine. Lee Seong Chan, graduating with a Bachelor of Medicine with distinction. Matthew Ferguson, graduating with a Bachelor of Medicine with distinction. Cale Fletcher, graduating with a Bachelor of Medicine with distinction. Jackson Harrison, graduating with a Bachelor of Medicine with distinction. Angeli Segaran, graduating with a Bachelor of Medicine with distinction. Jane Tate, graduating with a Bachelor of Medicine with distinction. Peter Thatch, graduating with a Bachelor of Medicine with distinction. George Bhagat Vasif, graduating with a Bachelor of Medicine. Ronald Chan, graduating with a Bachelor of Medicine. Callum De Silva, graduating with a Bachelor of Medicine. Alyssa Edmondson, graduating with a Bachelor of Medicine. Cassandra G-Man, graduating with a Bachelor of Medicine. Emma Hart, graduating with a Bachelor of Medicine. Kadisha Haynes, graduating with a Bachelor of Medicine. Junyoung Jong, graduating with a Bachelor of Medicine. Benina Coley, graduating with a Bachelor of Medicine. Erin Lai, graduating with a Bachelor of Medicine. Georgina Latif, graduating with a Bachelor of Medicine. Naomi Liu, graduating with a Bachelor of Medicine. Grace Liao, graduating with a Bachelor of Medicine. Emily Mason, graduating with a Bachelor of Medicine. Sahan Nanayakara, graduating with a Bachelor of Medicine. Lucy O'Connell, graduating with a Bachelor of Medicine. Bibi Nabia Pirelli, graduating with a Bachelor of Medicine. Clarence Ratnakumar, graduating with a Bachelor of Medicine. Jade Ryan, graduating with a Bachelor of Medicine. Puneet Kaur Sandhu, graduating with a Bachelor of Medicine. Melina Sim, graduating with a Bachelor of Medicine. Darshan Siddharthan, graduating with a Bachelor of Medicine. Ashley Smith, graduating with a Bachelor of Medicine. Caleb Kwan Kai Ting, graduating with a Bachelor of Medicine. Amy Chen Wai Yip, graduating with a Bachelor of Medicine. Jessica Giffen, graduating with a Bachelor of Pharmacy Honours. Shanae Carney, graduating with a Bachelor of Pharmacy Honours. Rebecca Matthew, graduating with a Bachelor of Pharmacy Honours. Brandon Singh, graduating with a Bachelor of Pharmacy Honours. Ying Jin Tan, graduating with a Bachelor of Medical Science and Doctor of Medicine. Chancellor, that concludes the presentation of graduates.
Thank you, Professor Paul. I now invite Max Tran, who is graduating today with a Master of Public Health with distinction and a Bachelor of Psychology Honours, Honours Class 1, to speak on behalf of the graduates. Thank you, Max.
Chancellor, Vice-Chancellor, members of Council, staff of the University, family and friends of graduates, and most importantly, graduates. I am honoured to have the opportunity to speak on behalf of this graduating cohort. Firstly, I would like to congratulate you all on this huge accomplishment. In a regular year, graduation from university is a tremendous feat and takes an enormous amount of time and dedication. But alas, the last 2 years have been anything but regular. They have been tumultuous, strange, uncertain, difficult, and many other cliches we've heard time and time again. But from the unprecedented to the new normal, through online learning, working from home, and homeschooling, we have made it. To get to this point, to be sitting here today, is a huge achievement. In celebrating this achievement, I would like to thank those who have supported us. Thank you to the wonderful academics, teaching staff, and professionals who have guided us through our academic career. Throughout their own struggles, they have ensured that a competent new generation of students are ready to go out and tackle the health issues of the world. Equally, I would like to thank our friends and families who have encouraged and supported us through this endeavour. Whether they're sitting beside you, standing outside, or patiently awaiting photographs, through hardship and celebration, they have been by our side. As health and medicine graduates of the same university, we must share some commonalities, perhaps a passion for science, equity, or research, potentially a mutual dislike for mosquitoes, group assignments, or campus parking. At least, we probably have a common goal to enhance the health and well-being of the people around us. Our pathways and experiences have overlapped enough to bring us to this point today, celebrating our graduation. Graduation symbolises the end of a significant era in all of our lives. For some, it might bring relief. Finally, the end of exams, assignments, and maybe even financial hardship is in sight. You may have a crystal clear dream and a 5-year plan to help you achieve it. For others, the fear of post-university unknown and the question, what comes next, might be causing a little bit of stress. You may be dreading holiday season filled with questions about your aspirations, relationships, or career plans that you simply do not have. And that's okay. You don't need to have it all figured out right now. Be patient and compassionate with yourself and focus on short-term goals. To draw from an old proverb, slow and steady wins the race. If you're a tortoise, you can't compare yourself to a hare. Keep moving at your own pace, be humble, stand by your values, and you'll get there eventually. As a final thought, I would like to leave you with the idea that your education does not end here. Education is infinite. It stems far beyond lecture halls, tutorial rooms, or even UN capture recordings. As put by Oscar Wilde, education is an admirable thing, but it is well to remember from time to time that nothing that is worth knowing can be taught. Thank you.
Thanks very much, Max, for your speech and representing your colleagues in this cohort so well. You're quite right. It's been an extraordinary period over which you've studied, and it's been a bit light on for fun. So I hope you can celebrate this accordingly. You've all got enormously important work to do, and it's a great thing you leave here with that level of commitment. My only piece of advice is when those opportunities arise, and there is uncertainty, obviously there's uncertainty, but be inclined to say yes and chance your arm and follow your beliefs. But I think the other thing that came through your talk is the importance of equity and a caring approach. Your interpersonal skills will be as important as your technical skills. So we salute you as a graduate class and thank you, Max, for speaking so well on behalf of your colleagues. I hope you've enjoyed today's ceremony, and I thank you for joining the university community in the celebration of the awarding of degrees. Before I declare the ceremony concluded, though, this time I'd like to ask that the graduates remain seated and that all of the rest of us stand and join me in applauding the wonderful achievement of these graduates. Thank you. Thank you all very much. I now declare the ceremony concluded, but again, congratulations to all of our graduates. We're very, very proud of you, and I think under these circumstances you're going to be very important to our community. So I'd like to thank you in advance for the great work you're going to do. So go out and make a difference. Thank you.